everyone! Hi! Hello guys! And hello to our aspiring professionals who are listening to our podcast right now. Hi, this is your Ka-Peer-Kada Glaiza.
And I'm your Ka-Peer-Kada Rezelyn.
Your Ka-Peer-Kada Russel.
Your Ka-Peer-Kada Mickaela.
Last but not the least, your Ka-Peer-Kada Bianca.
Yay! But before we start to our agenda for today's episode, we will introduce ourselves to you guys. So I will start. I am Glaiza and I'm taking Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, major in Geotechnical Engineering. And I graduated from Pablo Lorenzo National High School as a STEM student.
And I am Rezelyn BANGUNAN. I'm taking Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, major in Transportation. I graduated from the University of Mindanao.
And I am Russel. I am taking Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, major in Transportation. And I graduated from Assumption College of Davao as a STEM student.
I am Mickaela, a STEM student who graduated from the University of Mindanao, taking a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, major in Transportation.
And I am Bianca P. Surya, taking the Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, major of Transportation, and I graduated from University of Mindanao as a STEM student.
Yay! So now you guys knows us already. So without further ado, let's jump into our main agenda. So this podcast is titled Kolehiyo. Let's talk about engineering from the minds of a freshman. This will focus on the things that most freshmen experience, and we will share our experience also since we are all freshmen. And we will also give you tips and learnings that we think you might use as a student. So let's start. So guys, let me ask you a question. Since deadlines are always coming, how did you manage your time between schoolworks and other responsibilities?
Time management. First, I'll make a plan ahead of the week, but especially for each day. Secondly, I set workable goals and schedule the important activities for the right time of the day. And I always make a to-do list so I can remember everything that I'm going to do.
Wow! I would like also to add, as a student, I manage my time in organizing my tasks, first in-house and for school. I likely to do my house responsibility first before doing schoolworks because in that way, I don't need to worry about house responsibility anymore and I can more focus on my school tasks without worries. But sometimes, I find it hard to manage when there are many workloads and they have the same deadline.
Now guys, could you tell us about your first month as an engineering student and what did you realize?
In my first month as an engineering student, I am still adjusting since I am in the same school for 6 years in my junior high school life. And all I can say that when it comes to quality of the education, University of Mindanao is excellent. And I am amazed how is one of the top schools in Mindanao. And I realized that most of the students here in University of Mindanao are academic achievers. And I think this is great for me because this might help me to be a great student.
Wow. So I would like to add also for the question. So adjusting is a tough one in college because there's a lot of things to do, as in deadlines are everywhere, one blink of an eye and then poof, another activity. So I manage my time by fixing schedules and I always avoid procrastinating. I learned it in a hard way. And I also ask questions and maintain a good relationship with my blockmates.
Correct.
And for my question, what did you discover as an engineering student and could you give us some advice?
First of all, engineering is not easy, but doesn't mean it's not worth it. From personal experience, I can tell you it's a challenging but incredibly rewarding field. A major challenge in engineering is the need for a strong grasp of math. Let me tell you, I dedicated a lot of time to really understand subjects like math class and programming. It was quite a tough learning experience so far. So while it's not easy, it's certainly worth the journey. This is the advice that I'll give to you guys. Be organized and discipline yourself, because the more you organize your schedule, the more it is not cluttered and less stressful. The more you discipline yourself, the more you will succeed in your goals. Trust the process, keep on going, laban lang.
Okay, thank you, Rez. That's so amazing. Since you're still in the beginning of the SEM, I discovered different techniques in studying and keeping my mental health stable. I sleep. Every time I get a chance to sleep, I sleep. And I always make sure that I get enough sleep. I don't believe that my brain could work for like one subject because I don't sleep in 8 hours. I don't believe that. I don't agree that. So I make sure that I get enough sleep. So, and also, I also innovate, like thinking outside the box, because in college, you are not going to be spoon-fed by your professors. So you must learn to be initiative and resourceful.
And here's my question. Given the wide range of engineering fields available, why did you decide to pursue civil engineering?
I decided to pursue a degree in civil engineering because it has always been a dream of mine, and no other types of engineering introduced me except civil engineering because my aunt and uncle are both civil engineers. But honestly, life is funny because when I decided to pursue this course, how many times I asked myself if this course that I am taking is the right one for me. There was a time that my cousin and friends told me that pray it to God, seek for His sign. But there is something in my heart that afraid to ask Him. Maybe because what if God will tell me the otherwise, that this course is not for me? So there are many doubts that running into my mind, but I still seek for His sign. And He gave it to me right away. The sign was, if you have a dream on your heart, then God put that dream on you. So that's when I realized that I'll pursue this course no matter what. Even if I'll cry, disappointed, and even if it takes a lot of time. So just don't give up and seek for His guidance.
Yes, amen. Slay.
So Mika, in your experience as a student of engineering, do you ever question whether the course you choose was the right one?
Yes, of course I did. Actually, for me, choosing a career path was never an easy decision to make, especially when you chose to study an engineering field. It's hard, very hard. It reached to the point where I have a mental breakdown every night due to my ACADS. And that's the point where I begin to question myself whether the course that I take was the right one or not. But I'm grateful for my friends who are always there to support me in overcoming this challenge. Every time one of us is on the edge of giving up, the other always helps. And I always pray to God for wisdom and strength to overcome the battle on my own.
Wow, that is
That's very
so
interesting.
cute. So, I would also like to add, for that question, I am sure about taking engineering, but I don't think engineering is sure about me. So, kidding aside, yes, there are times when I'm so fed up about everything, but I always remind myself for the reason why I choose this course in the first place. One thing that I always do when I'm in the middle of overthinking, worrying, is I place my right hand on my chest, like where your heart is, and I gently tap it and say, all is well. Works like a charm.
Correct.
So guys, a quick disclaimer. We are currently freshmen, but that doesn't mean that we don't have a place to give advice. We learn things, we discover, and also we are willing to share this to other students so that in this way we can help them, or like we can give a little help, because we only have ourselves and we all wears the same shoes. So, yes. So we finally reached the end of our podcast. But see you next time, everyone. Don't worry. But before we go, we will leave you a great advice.
Hangtud wala pa'y finals, BAWI!
This means that you guys should never give up and always be honest to yourselves. Once again, this is your Ka-Peer-Kada Glaiza.
Rezelyn?
Your Ka-Peer-Kada Russel.
Your Ka-Peer-Kada Mickaela.
And your Ka-Peer-Kada Bianca.
And see you next time. Bye! Bye, future professionals!